What is up guys, it's your boy Ace. Today I'm going to talk about the jungle within Paragon. I know a lot of you have been dying to know what the jungle is like in Paragon, so hopefully this video answers a lot of your questions. You can check out full gameplay videos of some of the Paragon heroes on my channel or in the annotations here. So what is the jungle? The jungle refers to any area of the map that is not a lane or part of either team's base. In Paragon, it quite literally is a jungle with high trees, rocks and a jungle terrain. The jungle in Paragon consists of 4 types of camps, 1 special creature and harvesters, all of which are neutral. Scattered across Agora, the name of the map, are 14 camps that house neutral AI creatures that remain in place, only attacking players if they are attacked first. 7 of the 14 camps have buffs that spawn when the largest creature in the camp is killed. The buff type can be determined by the color of the orb that falls or by the color of the camp. The orb buff remains active for 2.5 minutes, but this is alpha so it may change. If at any point the player carrying an orb is killed, the buff timer is reset, giving the new owner the buff for a full 2.5 minutes. All camps spawn 2 minutes into the game, with the exception of the Black and Prime Helix, which spawn a few minutes later. Remember, the timings are likely to change as this is alpha. The first camp we're going to look at, known as the White Camp, is one we see in most MOBAs. Essentially, it's just an XP camp. Currently, these are just minions covered in white, although this is alpha content, so it's definitely going to change soon. They provide you with XP and card XP when killed. I think they respawn after 3 minutes once you destroy the camp. The second camp is the Red Camp. Defeating the red minion here will provide you with the red orb, increasing your damage across all abilities. This is my favorite orb to get because who doesn't love increased damage? The third camp is the Blue Camp. Defeating the blue minion here will provide you with the blue orb, which increases mana regen and reduces cooldown times by 20%. This orb is great for support characters like Muriel. The reduction in cooldown means you can keep using those healing spells, saving your teammates from death, and the increased mana regen means you can just keep on going and going and going without having to return to base. The fourth and final camp is the Black Camp. Defeating the black minion here will provide you with the black orb, which increases attack speed and increases structure damage. From what I understand, the attack speed improves how quickly players can fire their basic left mouse button attack. This orb is perfect if you're struggling to take a tower and need that extra damage to take it down. The Black Camp I found was the hardest to defeat. I say hard, but it was still quite easy. I don't think the camp levels scale well at the moment. Before we talk about the Prime Orb and the Prime Helix cards, the jungle also contains a way to get more card XP. Scattered around the jungle are 7 harvesters, which when a rig is placed on one, can mine amber to turn into card XP. Harvesters are a great way for collecting amber because any amber you collect from them is global, meaning if I collect amber from the harvester, my teammates also get this amber. This isn't quite obvious, but it has been confirmed by the developers. Having 4 out of the 7 harvesters provides a huge advantage, and at high level games I can definitely see some big fights happening just for a harvester. Looking deeper into the harvesters, it takes around 30 seconds to claim a harvester. You claim a harvester by standing on the harvester collection pad, but only when a harvester is active. Players with key cards can activate harvesters much more quickly. Harvesters become activated for a set amount of time after the match starts, the timing of which is indicated on the minimap. The harvesters on the left and the right of the map activate around 6 minutes currently. If a harvester is activated by one team, the other team cannot collect from it. The only thing you can do is attack it, and once you cause enough damage, the harvester will reset to neutral and become dormant. 30 seconds later it will reactivate, allowing someone to claim it and begin the cycle again. Each time you attack and damage a harvester, it knocks out a small amount of amber, so you can pick this up and it will grant your team card XP. So even if you don't own a harvester and your enemy has a harvester, you can just destroy their harvester and you gain some amber as a bonus. Harvesters can only hold so much amber, so if their tank is full, extra amber orbs will fall out of the harvester and land on the ground where they can be claimed by either team. So it's important that you keep going back to collect your harvester's amber. In the jungle, there are also what we call shadow pads. These are small circular areas on the map that allow you to hide from enemies. If you stand on a shadow pad, you will become invisible to all enemies. Unless an enemy ward is placed on the shadow pad, 2 or more players from the opposite teams are on the shadow pad, you attack or use an ability while in the shadow pad, or you take damage from another player while on the shadow pad. Now on to the most exciting bit of the map, the Prime Orb. Now the Prime Orb may cause a lot of confusion for some, so allow me to go through this very slowly. The Orb Prime Camp is a team-wide buff whose effect is individually determined by which Prime card the players have in their deck. Currently, there are only 3 Prime cards in the game. When the Prime Orb is available, a large creature spawns at a special jungle camp located near the middle of the map. Killing the creature will give the last player to cause damage to it the Orb Prime. If the team can take the Orb Prime to the return location, which is the circle flashing on the map, then all living players on the team will receive the Orb Prime buff. The OP buff is now visible above our heads, indicating that we have received the bonus. The Prime card essentially acts as a 7th card when active. Prime card minion buffs stack, so it's advantageous for teammates who have the buff active to group together to create powerful waves of minions to push lanes more effectively. The buff also remains active for a certain amount of time or until you die. Each time the buff is activated for a given time, the duration of the buff increases. While transporting the orb, you have to be really careful not to die, because if whoever's carrying the orb dies and drops it, the enemy team could easily get the orb and return it to receive the buff, and that would really suck. I hope you enjoyed this video and I answered a lot of your questions. If you still have questions, leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to provide you with an answer. As always guys, leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below what you'd like me to cover next and subscribe for more Paragon content. I've got a lot of Paragon gameplay videos that you can check out. I've got some Gideon, Twin Blast, Steel, Sparrow. So remember, check all that stuff out on my channel. What are you waiting for?